はいはいはいはいはいはいはいはいはい。皆さん、サバンカマーズ、こんにちは、チーム S の影目と申します。というわけでですね、シャーロック・ホームズ・クライムズ・パニッシュメント続きをやっていきたいと思います。ブラック・ピータークリア、千の城クリア、血の浴室クリア、アビー屋敷クリア、給食別園クリア、半月夜の散歩をやっていきましょう。お散歩していきましょう。あ、やべ、リツイートしてねえ。よいしょ。なかなか、よいしょ。来た。
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We have. Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet.
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat heads. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Ah, sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
I can hear them on the stairs now.
Well, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed
Nani?
2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
And forget about the dinner? Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
半つくよね。なるほどね。ハーフムーン通り行きましょう。レイトンに質問して彼の所持品を調べる。犯行現場を調べて目撃者の話を聞く。つまりこれが、まあ、目下の調査対象でございますな。おっと
Holmes, poor little...
酔っ払いがおるね。いや。あ、出るんだ、こっち。話しかけられそうな人は目下はいなさそう。まっすぐはいけない。わわわわわわわわ。ショッキング映像注意でございます。
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
顔パスだよね。
Good evening, Constable
Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon.
ああ、証言があんのか。
Of course, Mara. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving.
被害者。
Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot.
射
The
殺
stab fellow was Brian
ブライアン・
Picotti,
ビュ
a
ーコ
well-known
テ
ruffian.
ィ
The other,
ケネス・バトラー、
a
宝
Jew
石
by
商。
trade.
ああ、もうなんか臭いね、いろいろね。
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the
ア
street.
ナとポリ証言。
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear
ぜ
your
ひとも聞かせてく
testimony.
れたまえ。
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
OK?
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
銃声。
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear
なんかお
anything
祭り
else.
とかあったのかな。花火。
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen
ビ
Victoria's
クトリア女
birthday,
王生
Mr.
誕祭か
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course.
ハーフムーン通り
Constable
の
Marrow,
詳細。
what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
部屋は真っ暗で
Constable,
誰もいなか
your
った。
statements have been of great value to me.
Mr. Holmes, I had
ちょっとじゃあ、いろいろ調べていこうか。持ってって。
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. The bullet penetrated.
持ってって。
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vicotti must have done some time there.
頭。
Brian Vicotti suffered great.
すごい死に方。さあ次は宝石商の方だっけ？ケネス・バトラー。これ T じゃないと見れない？木のかけら。
A piece of wood that has stuck between the
木だね。なんだ？ペンとかなのかな？折れてる的な？
This shard of wood is quite new.
頭を
Bullet
撃たれ
struck his
て
head.
即死。ポケットから鍵が出てきた。
This is an ordinary key.
持って歩いて大丈夫なのこれ。どうやらいいらしい。いや。あんたがターナーさん？
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective, gentlemen? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
まず2層からいこう。他あたりはない。勲章、目出し帽、クリミア戦争、退役軍人。 んまり人相の情報は少ない。支えは必要。弱い足。ビッコを引いている。ビッコって標準語だったんだ。ボタンが1個ないね。貧しい生活。じゃあ証言を聞きましょう。
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started.
ふんふんふん
A few moments after, I clearly heard two gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand
来たね。
and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw two bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
ホワイトチャペルね。他の人物。
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
2発の独特の銃
Were the
声。
two shots you heard consecutive?
あ、気持ちいかついね。
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow.
音が違っ
It
た。
seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment.
光景が違うとかそういう話じゃないのかな。
What were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the half moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I
あの
saw.
警官か。
You have helped us a great deal, Mr.
I'm so glad.
おい。
I'll do
Higgins.
anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
で、あとは花屋のおばさんね。パウエル。
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the
おばさん
police
というか
in
お姉
the
さんといったら
investigation of the crime that took
年
place
頃
this
かな。
evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony. But very well.
まずは、ニーソから行きたかったけどいけないね。あなたの証
Could
言
you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes, yes. I was selling my flowers as usual. And then
ビクトリア女王を祝っての花火が上がっ
in
た
honor
と。
of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those.
おいゆっくり見てくれ。
All of a sudden, a young lad
一緒
ran
に
out of
考
Half
えてく
Moon
れ。
Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
銃声。
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
まあ、バンバンバンバンなるもんね、花火はね。他
Did
に
you
は。
see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs.
2
Powell.
発の銃声の後に時間があってかつ即死じゃねえやつが1人いたよな。これ互いにやり合ったんじゃねえの。思考停止経由中は。ターナーの目撃、異なる銃声、暗い窓。まだまだ。異なる銃声、2人の被害者、供述する内容。違う。共通する供述、2人の被害者。はい、これは全部、まだこのかけらでは集まらないと。食い違ってね、確かにね。ターナーのアパート調べていいの？その前に、あいつの持ち物と取り調べ行くか。レイトンの取り調べと 持ち物調査行きましょ
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was
そうだ
arrested
そうだ。
earlier this evening.
興味持ってんだこっち
Accused
は
of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The
OK
suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Thank you, Lestrade. こっちは検視室で、持ち物はここだね。自由に入っていいもんね。
So this is
銃
the。gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by
ウ
the
ェブリー自動回
It is a
転式
Webley
拳銃。
revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems
弾
as though
倉
the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
薬莢。
It seems as
調べられないのかな。ああ、調べられた。2発。
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
撃た
A
れてる
cheap
と。
watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco.
持ち物はこれで終了だね。おめえ。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all
顔
a
の
mistake.
傷すごいな。
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent.
結構年離れてんだ
Your
ね。
brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother. You know him. Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
そうだ、素直に話してくれ。そっちの方がこっちも助かるわ。まずは人相からいこうか。お目目は見れないのかな。深い傷。時々喧嘩をする路上育ち。逮捕に反抗した向こう水。事務員。楽なんだ。お、半国の入れ墨。まあ、これで多分共通点見つかったな。お、隊長いらっしゃい。
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street.
OK?
I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon.
警官に
And
ぶつかっ
suddenly,
た。
what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
なるほどな。
Interesting. Pray continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you,
消えた的な。
I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds.
ああ、はいはいはい。閃光弾的なのを。
As I arrived in
撃
Whitechapel,
たれたのかな
I heard a woman screaming, and then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
3人目の男。
Leighton, are you able to describe the
どん
person
な人
whom
物
you
だっ
saw
た
standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
影ね。
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket.
背丈も体
He
重
was
も
quite
普
average
通。
in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me
足
seeing him.
足音にちょっと特徴あるやつって言ったら、ビッグを引いているターナーだよ
Why
ね。
should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. Keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
勇敢に立ち向かっただけ。これかな。ウエストゲートの
I'm
囚人
sure。that you were, but I believe
んだ
that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti.
うん。
You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
ブライアン・バー
Could
ゴ
you
ッテ
tell me a
ィ。
little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become,
うん
I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
まあ、悪党言ってたもんな。
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
さあ、推理ちょっと始めようか。いろいろ増えたね。共通するのと、レイトンのと、これは繋がらない。あ、繋がった。古い知人。多いね。古い知人は2人の被害者とは違う。これも繋がる。あとは、レイトンの供述と全部は繋がらんから、OK。ここでこの選択肢が出てきて、ここで出てくると。これはこれでいいと思うんだよな。違うと思う。うわ、これわかんねえ。 これむずいな。ハーフムーン通り。ここなんだよな。仮定するか。実際は3発発砲されたが、ターナーには2つの異なる銃声音として聞こえた。最初に1発発砲され、その後すぐに2発の銃弾がほぼ同時に発射された。銃はそれぞれハーフムーン通りの全く違う場所から発砲された。それがターナーには2つの異なる銃声音として聞こえた。こっちなのかな。うわお。早い。こうするといろいろ繋がんなくなるのか。まあ、とりあえず黙らせるために一回こうしよっか。はい、行きましょう。架空の3人目は確かにんだ？
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
急に。はあ。こうでしょ。おそらく被害者の一人は銃を2回発砲した。それが誰だったのかを見つけ出そう。こっちにあるんだったら、何かね。あ、これなるほど。あるものが必要。仮にこっちだとしたら、バキューンで、まあ、持ち上げるものって言ったらあれだろうな。これじゃねえの？ランプを持ち上げ、あった。ぼっこ取って、おっと、弾痕があるね。
Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
OK? 意味悪くねえじゃん。実際はそんなもんだろ。これが、一人ではない。一丁喪失。これ？いや、でもこうすると、架空の人物、まあもうこれが繋がんなくなるだけだけど、正直言ってそれは、全く違う場所とは言い難いからな。おっと？まだいける。3つ目の銃弾とレッドンの供述。マーローの追跡を再現する。 まあその前に証言の矛
Mr.
盾が
Turner, you have
あり
stated
ました
that you
ね。
remained close by your window after the crime. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my
その通
window
りです
until
わ。
the policeman
警察
arrived
官、
to
警官の
examine
がやっ
the
てき
dead
て、
bodies.
芝居が終わる。私はずっと窓のそばにおった。いやいやいやいやいやいやいや。ターナーの矛盾。
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
他に調べられるものはないかな、この部屋で。調理台調べられる。
This kitchen knife is...
非常に鋭利な包丁。T! あ、調理台？あ、吐き集め？裁断された紙？調べる。
There are pieces of shredded paper. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
よう見とるね。
Anything else?
ここが通りの窓。で、向かい側はもう暖炉。
This fire is dying out. It was like...
あ、火！はい。燃やされた紙。
The papers are almost entirely burned. These words are...
無理だね。
The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
紙ね。何の紙だったんだろう。
Mr. Turner...
ベッドから飛び起きたと。ここら辺は関係ないのかな。
Anything else?
さあ、見ようか。かっちゃんこ。
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
で、
Anything else?
証拠。使い道を見つける。あ、これか。ターンナーした話で彼のアパートが名前を書きに食い違い陳情を説明できる何かがあるかもしれない。これマローを先にやった方が良さそうだね。ワンワンワンワン。Hey, Maru.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before.
俺は見つかんなきゃいいってこと？
Understood. I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again.
なるほど。ここら辺怪しげるね。
Here you are, Mr.
All right, Constable.
いないね。あ、これか。
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
マロン追跡を完了する。これで食い違いが発生してしまう。信号拳銃と登山用具を見つける。もうほぼ犯人あいつで確定やん。タナさん。タナさん、ちょっとお話聞いていいですか？タナさん。タナさんのから杖。あ、これはぴったりだ。ぴったんこ半感。
Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
ありゃりゃ。あとは
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
OK。本棚はクリア。F ができるぞ。違うな。1、2、3。はい。4、5、6じゃないの？よっこいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。よいしょ。早送りがあるね。わあ、死体が見えた。死体行こう。やべやべやべやべ。はいはいはいはいはいはい。ウェイター。切り刻んで。はいはいはいはい。はいはい。
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
本。油っぽい指紋。
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this.
そんなことわかる。あら。
What a find! A precious
盗んだなこいつ。
concealed inside a book. A bracelet with unique ram's head design.
ヘレニズム時代。聞いたことある。
Ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
証拠品として押収。どういうことだい？話を。
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
ターナーのビッコ。
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most
急だな、これ。
sincere.
骨董の腕飾り。
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes,
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
まあでもこれで3人目の説明がついたよね。
I wish this crime. That's why it's. That's.
ターナーのアパートを調べる完了。腕飾りを調べれるのか。ってことはだ、一回ベーカー街に戻って。よいしょ。腕飾りを探す。本当にあんのかな？これか。ああ、違う。ホワイトチャペルの殺人。違う。これではないと。まあ芸術だよね。まあ芸術だよね。ギリシャの歴史。これでもない。これはエジプトでもない。ローマの歴史でもない。植物学180。あれ？ないね。ナポレオン、ニコラス・テラ、ハシケタイプレート、なぜダイナマイトじゃいけないのか、経済学。これかな？あった。これらの美しい骨董宝飾品は、ヘレニズムの宝が所蔵する代表作の一部である。腕飾り、首飾り、そして指輪には、5個の大津の羊の頭が描かれている。宝石はどれも純金製。ミティリーニの5頭の羊は1885年に行方不明になっている。Here it is.
I need to continue my research in my archives.
これこそ1855年のヘレニズムの、これが盗まれたと。昨晩、ヘレニズムの芸術作品が大英博物館からグラスファード美術展覧会への輸送中に盗まれた。宝を乗せた辻馬車が襲われたのである。チャーチ通りにある質屋の主人、ケネス・バトラーがその日、歴史芸術作品の1組を彼の店で売ろうとしていた男がいたとスコットランドヤードに情報を提供した。警察は彼から得た犯人像の男を捕らえた。ヴィンセント・フォーリーという名の窃盗常習犯で、ロンドン港から脱出を試みようとしていたところだった。ヘレニズムの芸術作品を輸送した辻馬車の運転手がこの男を影にした。ヴィンセント・フォーリーは、残りの作品の隠し場所を白状しなかった。最終的に強盗罪で投獄された。失われた宝はまだ見つかっていない。
Here it is.
これだ。
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop
次は
would
質
tell
屋
me
か。
more.
質屋に行きましょう。いろいろ見れるね。これが9か。9はもう見たっしょ。もう一人こう誰かが調べられそうだね。事務員か。最高。おーっとっとっとっとっとっとっと、ゲームが落ちちゃったのでお待ちください。よいしょ。鈴木から。再開。
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler.
OK。で、死者に行く途中だったね。危ね危ね。危ね危ね。同情書はダメみたいだね。七夜、あの鍵は七夜の鍵だったのか。誰や。ここじゃねえ。どこだ。七夜はどこだろうね。質屋、これかな。鍵を使う。ガッチャンコ。あれを狙ってたのか。で、ちょっと待ってよ。一回推理し直そうか。これはちょっと覆しようがないから、個人的な動機、これもない。互いに発砲した。これだね。同時の発砲。おっと
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
閃光弾があったね。首飾りありの
The ram's heads. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after.
これを
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a...
要するに、いやケネス、いつか俺に古代ギリシャのもので羊の頭がついた金の宝石3点について話してくれたよな。まだ持ってるんだろう。いい知らせがあるぜ。その宝石をどうしても欲しいっていう金持ちの男を見つけたんだ。いつでも大金を払えるんだよ。あんたとこの男との面会を手配してもいい。だが俺にも取引の、分け前を払ってほしい。日曜の夜花火が始まる前にグレートアリーとハーフムーン通りが交差する場所で待っている。ブライアン・ブーコッティ。ビーコッティ。なるほどね。推理していこう。これ違うのか。レイトンの供述、2人の被害者。ああ、強盗だろ、これ。強盗で、これは繋がんないよね。 さあ次は、ハーフムーン通りの授業、花火を、登山道具まだ見つけてねえな。そういうわけでハーフムーン通り行きましょう。今度は
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to
もういい
expect
加減
from
仲良くして
people
よ。
like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
もう、
I'll
全
do
く。
anything to.
登山道具、登山道具。壁を登るのに必要な登山道具を探す。
Such a
まだこっち側行ってないもん。うわー、行けねえのか。鏡はハーフムーン通りに向いている。Locked. Locked. こっちは Locked. Locked. 登山用道具なんてありますかね。こっちは行き過ぎると終わっちめえから家の中で探す。こんな一室しかないなんてことある。
Mr. Turner.
登山道具、登山道具、登山道具。でもターナーは証拠。正常に作動する。またあれかな。視野の方なのかな。質屋、質屋。お、調べられそうだぞ。これでもない。これでもない。これでもない。どれじゃ？どれだ？どれを調べればいいんだわしは。あ、これか。こっちかい。これもだよね。なんだっけ。アイザックみたいな名前のやつ。登山用具。脱出できるか試してみようと。よいしょ。まだやってんのか。
What are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
まだやってんの。壁をよじ登り。あ、マローと話してか。はいはい。
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
捕まらないぞーって。次お目にかかります。お、ゆかさんいらっしゃい。誰にも見つからないで壁をよじ登れそうな場所は
The moon illuminates this wall. This wall is casting
そうだな。
shadow.
まあ眩しいってなってその間にうそーそんなあ D こういうことね。はいはいはい。A よいしょ。
Barely see anything.
D あ D これだった。はいクリック。D
Holmes?
はいクリック。はい A はいはい D
I should try climbing faster.
怒られた。もう一回チャンスくれ。あ、D? これの説明がねえんだもん。クリックせえとか言えや。はい、D。
I can barely see anything.
A。はい、D。
Holmes? Are you there?
A。はい、クリック。もう腕疲れた。
My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
あら。熱なう。あらららららら。ワク
Holmes?
チン。
Holmes? Where are you?
やっぱ1回目でも
I
ね、
cannot see
聞
you,
く人は
Mr.
聞くらしい
Holmes.
ですからね。
Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen. I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth
アイ
did
ゼ
you
ン
get up
アイ
there,
ゼンみたいな
Holmes?
名前だっけ。
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking
漢字
for
切って
did
んだ
not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
ここはもうホワイトチャペルストリートだから、ここだね。やりでマジでいて、うわ俺もそうなんのか。で、さらに2回目の方怖いっていう
These
から
shards
ね。
of glass are from the window above. These shards.
ね。こっから入ってきたってことだよね。
It's empty.
It's empty. T. 上着。粗末な布。黒いと。
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
やっぱ2日目から来るんだ。
Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
なるほどね。壁よじ登り人。壁よじ登り人は面白い。レイトンの無実。ここ。 さてさて、次やるべきは、私のお家に戻って、寝返り左側に言ったら、あらららら。寝るのも大変だね、そうなると。しかも筋肉注射だからね、やっぱいつもと違うんかね、感覚が。さーて、調べよう。何をどうし、この糸をどう調べる？毛だ。人間のものではないだろう。
Could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Here? Oh,ケイちゃんいらっしゃい。
What's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything.
いたホームズ毛抜いたなこれ。
Human hair is significantly thinner. The horse hair is thinner than so. This black hair belongs to
熊とかかな。
and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
天敵よりは痛くない。壁よじ登りと珍しい動物の毛。これだな。OK。ウィギンズ。サーカスを見つけておくれー。なんだよね。ハーフム通りにいるよね。わざわざ俺たちについてきたりしてねえよね。サーカスの男、お前が犯人やろ。Wiggins, help me. またやってるの。いいか、ボス。お前は家に帰ってお前の兄の困った状況について考え始めた方がいい。兄は真面目です。でも兄は釈放される。やっちゃいねえからね。バカを言うな。解決したも同然だ。うるせえバカ野郎。今から別の犯人探すんじゃボケ。こんにちは、マロ刑事。あ、違う。死体はもういい。よっしゃ。はい、喜んでお手伝いするんだろ。
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus.
サーカスを見つけ出してほしい。
It needs to have disposed of at least one
かなり大
exotic
きい動物。
animal, a very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
あ、でもワクチンはあれだよね。よく腕腫れるよね。刺されたところ。次の日、非常に朝早く。
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble.
あ、美味しそうなパン。
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
6? Why?
Mr. Holmes,
Oh,
we found it.
じゃあ
Here it is.
早いな。
And this is a young
So,
Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known
Duval
traveling
Brothers.
circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
デュバルブロスサーカス。サーカス団員一人一人調べないといけないのこれ。
Aye, you. Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah, you don't look like the type of,
超前破りの達人。
artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah, I don't think so. Clear off. You're a bit slow to catch...
Sit
You're a
back.
bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
入れないの？
You're a bit...
証拠が足りないかまだ。あー、はいはいはいはいはい。OK。格好が良くなかったと。なんやねん、みすぼらしい格好って。顔の毛みそぼらしい服、それに帽子があればいいだろう。顔の毛みそぼらしい服、帽子。顔の毛。ひげもマックスに。マックスいこう。よし。18がマックスか、本当に。よし。で、洋服男性いこう。みすぼらしい服。作業着的なのあるっけ？薄手、山賊、農夫、ガウン、船乗り。船乗りいいんじゃない？どれが使えなかった？船乗りが使えないの？これだね。じゃあ。これで探す。あ、帽子もかぶった方がいいって言われた。お、つるっぱげになっちゃった。ヨレヨレの帽子ってどれやる？これあ、これではないな。これかぶってっか。
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Oh, thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
さあ行こうか。サーカスへこれで入れてもらえるかな。即直すけどね。もう入れてもらった。
What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see.
これまた鍵開けすんのこれ。
Inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Charles Foley is inside the marquee.
サーカスを探索する。この辺り見てもいいのかな。もう見てもなんもねえか。うわ、なんか動いてるけど。お、いるね、この中に猛獣が。入るか、大テント。どうせ鍵開けさせられるんだ、また。
So, everything is here just as you asked. And what about the money? Some of the barrels are wet. Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies. I want to be paid first. No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout. Of course not.
怪しいね。
I'm a professional. Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight then.
怪しいね。 あとすることないよ。いないもんだって。あ、印刷機調べられる。
This printing press is That's a picture of a From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people.
あ、持ってく。
There are enough posters to paste a...
ロンドンの壁半分を埋め尽くすほどの張り紙だ。あとはなんか調べられるのあるかな？樽？
This wooden barrel. This wooden... There is a spot on this barrel that was...
あって！
The crest of the Honorable Artillery Company. Judging by the fractions, the barrels are roughly clustered. Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now?
危ない銃。
We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
面倒。超チャラいじゃん。そこ調べられないんかい。複雑な鍵、安全な保管場所。違う。おい、それ窓とか最近破ってないですか？盗難品でしょ？拳銃。共犯。軽技。ブエン。タブ。お、これで全部揃ったか？よいしょ。この鍵を開けろと。うわ、出たよ、これ。まずはこいつかな。あは。こうかな。これは難しいね。まあ、こうだな。あ、来たね。来たね。ほれ、開けたぞ。
I need to find...
けたぞ。
Ah, well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
まあ、表の人話だからね。扉の中、あ、違うか。正しい答えを選びます。出ました。
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
俺を知っている。ターナル。どうやって俺のことを知った？違うわ。正しい答えを選びます。どうやって俺のことを知った？
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
逮捕された泥棒。
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for my craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Gosh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight.
お前じゃん、犯人。
Mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on a corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
もうこいつが犯人ですね。あ、これまた落ちたか、これ。あ、また落ちましたね。お待ちください。再開。戻ってまいりました。落ちるねー。ちょくちょく落ちるね
ー。Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
逮捕された泥棒。OK。はい、ノッティングヒル。移動の最中にタブを開くと落ちてしまう。状況を何とかしている。
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures.
全部見つけんのそれ。うわー、大変だ。あ、やべ。またこれかい。これ話す必要ないと思うんだけどな。 ってなるとだよ。こっちがずれるのか。こうなって、これでいいんじゃないの？よし、来た。
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
金庫、金庫、金庫はどこじゃ？
This cupboard is... This cup... Several books. It seems as though this...
もう見つかっちゃった。
So, that...
また開けんのかよ、これ。うわ、複雑。多分こうだと思うんだよね。こうで、こうじゃないかな。いや、なんか違う気がしてきたぞ。あ、そうか。これを合体させなきゃいけないもんな。あ、いや、合体じゃないのか。これはこれで別稼働か。なるほど。めんどくせえぞ。多分これはここで間違いないかな。こうかな、それとも。こうで、よいしょ。こうだな。OK。これでこっち側完成。あとはこっち側か。おーし、来た。ふぅ。もう一個出てきたぞ。
What a surprise. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police.
罠を仕掛ける。
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
OK。コンロには何がある？
Solid rope.
頑丈な縄。椅子。
This should be useful.
縄。
A solid rope.
あとなんかあるかな。
The thieves won't attempt.
2回も行けるっちいけるよね。
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. This should be used.
もっとお、リトチさん完璧。これでどう罠を仕掛けるっちゅうんだ？
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. A solid rope.
わかんないな。罠を仕掛ける。使い道を見つける。あ、これか。椅子で塞ぐ。
The door is now blocked.
OK。で、次ハンマーでこじ開けるかもしれないってことか。シャンデリアも調べられる。
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing. I suppose that the thieves already. I wonder what. I suppose that the thieves already.
これじゃない。開かないぞ。くそ、どうすれば。あ、こんなところにハンマーが。よいしょ。これで開けられちゃう。
The door is now. I suppose that the thieves already.
部活がなくなって悲しい。そして体が舐める。あら。自主練に励んでください。ここの窓もね。出れるよね。戸棚があるじゃない。そんな簡単なことでいいんかい。うわーでこうなるよね。お、点検口があるじゃん。
There is no ladder. If any.
あーで飛び込められちゃう。あるものが必要。いろいろあるね。罠を仕掛ける。外には出られないんだよね。一番上の段。ここにビーズをなんかあれみてえだな。ホームアローンみてえだな。
Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
これで OK、そこは OK だな。あとはこの紐なんじゃないのかな。
This should be.
紐をどうすんのこれ。シャンデリアにつけるの。吊り下げる。危ねえ危ねえ。よいしょ。開かねえ。おお、ハンマーあるね。よいしょ。いやーってなるわけだ。OK、で、ラストは、そこのやつか。あるものが必要。何が必要なんだろう。なんかあと調べてないものあったっけ。
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
あと何か調べてないもの。 調べてないものなんかあるかな。ビーズは敷いたでしょ。これジャンプだから、あるものが必要。何が必要？
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
何が必要だ？何が必要なんだ？考えろ。地下室、
What a surprise. I recall that. What a...
それは OK なんだけどね。絨毯がある。
This should be useful.
絨毯をそこに敷いとけと。なるほどね。
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet. I should walk carefully.
よいしょ。さあ、これで走ってくるやつはズバーン。
The traps for my circus I can leave now.
さあ、大詰めでございます。
Police! Police!
Stop where you are!
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
You sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
あら、兄
Have
貴。
you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men?
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers!
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
Dear brother. ホーリーは有罪。死刑に値する。殺人、いや、待って。何かがまだ残ってる可能性があるぞ。
The trap with the chandelier.
Mr. Holmes?
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious. one of Foley's companions.
あとは解決するしかないか。証拠は全部集まったのかな。死刑だ。
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful, you Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I am sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
さあ、事件を解決したぞ。
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
タバコの火を。
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people, sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
いや、それでもね、 やはり法は何かを守るためにあるもんなんでね。それに対して、まあ、不当なものには抗わなければならないけれども、こういった法には逆らわない方がいいんじゃないのかなと思いますが。
Lately, it is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
さあ、半月4の散歩終了。オッケー、もう全部クリアですね。はい。どうじゃ。同じ道徳的選択をした人は10秒待ってなかったら終わろう。10、9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1、0。はい、というわけで、無事、シャーロック・ホームズ・クライムズ&パニッシュメントをね、終えることができました。というわけでですね、いかがだったでしょうか。およそ1年ぐらいにわたる長い期間でやってまいりましたけれども、なかなか最初はね、このゲーム性について理解してなくて、犯人を間違えたりとかいろいろしてたんですけれども、最後の方は結構推理できたってなんじゃないでしょうか。でね、最後の決断でね、タバコの火を消すこともできたんですけども、あえて消さなかったのはやっぱりこう、むしろね、やっぱそれによって混乱に陥って困ってしまう人々、さらに弱者が生まれてしまうんじゃないかなっていう僕なりのこう意見がね、こうあったので、タバコの火をね、つけさせていただきましたというわけでございまして、さっきからちょっとポコポコディスコードがうるさいですけれども、ちょっとご勘弁いただきたいなと思います。いやーでも面白いゲームでしたね。 いしょ。ちょっと数値の方を。オッケー。いやー、この消えた列車も難しかったな。なんか懐かしいね。どれもこれも。はーい。というわけで飛ばすことができるんでしょうか。飛ばすことができましたね。よいしょ。お、なんだ、まだ続くのか。課題、罪と罰。ベーカーバイ。これなんだ？ずっと見続けさせられるのかこれ。ASMR でどうぞって。はい、というわけで、じゃあ、これで終わりかな？終わりなのかな？終わりっぽいよね。終わりですね。はい、じゃあというわけで、今回はここまでにしたいと思います。またね、次回、何かこう面白そうなゲームがあったら、やっていきたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いいたします。それではまた別のゲームでお会いしましょう。良い一日をお過ごしください。バイバイ。